up in the bleachers, and our bird is going to come from that hillside, just where you saw the peregrine come from, and she's going to have to navigate her way from up there with her on the way to Justin. So let's see how she does it. Coming down, here is Phoenix, the Harris Hawk. All right, there she is. She's up on that pole, making her way in. Let's see how she does it.
Oh, there she is. Is that her? Oh, yep.
All right, beautiful job by
She didn't look as big until she landed on his hand.
Incredible job. The Harris Hawk is one of the most agile.
Whoa,
this is Howie.
What, Howie?
She's able to navigate herself through two tiny windows in the round part of her
Do you want to come sit here, Howie?
Come to a stop with absolutely no problem at all. Now, if that was not impressive enough, our next Harris Hawk is going to demonstrate his ability to catch prey out of the sky. Now we have Greg again joining us, and what he's doing is he is grabbing a really big slingshot. And what he has in it is a little leather pouch that he is going to be launching high into the sky for our bird to catch. So coming down, here is Flash, the Harris Hawk.
They're going to grab it right out of the air. Watch.
All right, here he comes.
Yep, that's him up there. Watch. Oh.
Yes, beautiful catch by Flash. And look at that dive. Absolutely perfect. Now, if you guys have seen our show in the past, I've been here for 10 plus years. But the exciting part is that every time he flies, it looks a little bit different. And it depends on the wind, the weather, so many other things. But it really shows how agile these birds are and how impressive they are as well. All right, now, if you guys have had the chance to walk around the zoo, you may notice that we actually have a fairly new exhibit at the zoo, and that is the African Cape culture. Now we have a breeding and nesting colony to keep diverse populations by producing chicks. And get this, guys, we had a baby Cape vulture hatch just a few weeks ago, which is a huge milestone for the zoo's conservation efforts. And baby is about this big right now. He's very cute. But this just shows that
so I wonder if we can see him.
Work together with us and other organizations to keep species alive. So I would love to introduce to you one of the birds that is hatched in our Cape vultures, and that is Luis, coming down from our hillside.
Oh my goodness! Look. Oh, he's big.
Wow.
Whoa, Howie practically went right over your head, Howie. He went right over your head.
So Louise did a little flyby. Get it? All right. So she took a little bit of a detour, so Justin and the rest of her team are going to go get her. And that is totally fine. We get the question so often, how do you guys train your birds? How do they never fly away? The answer is, they do. But we have so many positive ways to get these birds to come back to us and come back to the show, basically on their own terms. You guys are watching some wild ravens. Red-tailed hawk, yes. Probably also a red-tailed hawk. You may even see a turkey bull. Anyway, the way that we work with our birds here at the bird show is with positive reinforcement. So that basically means that we're giving the birds the option to come back on their own time. We make our stage and our area a really positive place. They get their favorite foods. And they're birds. You know, if they're high up in the sky, we can't just come back. So we train really hard to learn their behavior, learn how they work, what they like, what they don't like, and things like that. If I had to make a guess, I think that this weather is actually what may have caused that. If you think about it this way, these came from really high up there. It's a little bit windier up there, and it's getting warmer, so there's basically hot wind and thermal keeping those birds up. There she is. Yeah, let's hear it for Louise and our trainers. Beautiful job. I think that wind just kind of kept her up just a little too long to where she kind of just made that little fly back, as I said. Now we're going to give our trainers just a moment to catch themselves up and get their thoughts together. But this is exciting. You guys get to see really like how things work. Not everything is always perfect, and that's okay. We figured it out, right? Now we're going to move on now to another conservation success story. And we're actually going to join you guys for this one. And so I'm going to give our stage over to Hope, our California condor.
Oh, do you see it on the? See it? Howie, see him?
Now, over the past 2 centuries, many factors drove the California condor towards extinction. Now, the main cause of that was lead poisoning. Now, condors are scavengers, and so what that means is that they eat carcasses. Now, if those carcasses have any kind of lead bullet fragment in them, these birds are eating it and ingesting it, and left with that deadly lead poisoning. Now, because of this, in the 1980s, there were only 22 California condors left on our planet.
Wow.
Now, if you think about it, that is way less than the amount of people that are here today, and that is for the entire Earth. Because of that, in the 1980s, we actually started the California Condor Recovery Program, and it is based right here at the Los Angeles Zoo. This program still goes on to this day. We take in injured and sick wild condors, and when those birds are old enough and healthy enough, they go out into the wild. Now, thanks to the great success of this program, there are now upwards of almost 600 California condors on our planet, and over half of those birds are out living in the wild. And this is Hope. She is our 11-year-old California condor. And when she was a very young nestling, she actually was destined to join a wild flock in the Grand Canyon. But unfortunately, she sustained a wing injury that left her unable to soar and therefore survive out in the wild alone. Now, Hope really is a great example of if we work together, we can save species from the absolute brink of extinction, just like the peregrine falcon and the California condor. Now, all of our birds today have really inspired you guys to protect our planet and, of course, all of the creatures that we share it with. So on behalf of myself, all of our staff, and all of our birds, thank you all so much for joining us today.
Look at
Have a fantastic rest of the day.
Are they done?
They're done now.